Hey everyone, it is the 11th of April and that makes it day 101 of a poem a day, and I've got a lot for you tonight. I've got like 2.5 pages. Wow, I should have gone to the bathroom first. Oh well, here we are. So I'm going to get comfortable and get straight in. Today's piece, because I'm not going to call it a poem, piece, is called Casey at the Bat, and it's by Ernest Thayer. The blurb for this says, "This popular American ballad tells the story of a dramatic game of baseball. Thayer presents Casey as a hero, but the story is far from victorious." So this is Casey at the Bat. You're just in time, Lizzie. This is Casey at the Bat by Ernest Thayer. The outlook wasn't brilliant for the Mudville Nine that day. The score stood 4-2, with but one inning more to play. And then, when Cooney died at first, and Barrows did the same, a pole-like silence fell upon the patrons of the game. A straggling few got up to go in deep despair. The rest clung to the hope which springs eternal in the human breast. They thought if only Casey could but get a whack at that, we'd put up even money now with Casey at the bat. But Flynn preceded Casey, as did also Jimmy Blake, and the former was a hoodoo, while the latter was a cake. So upon that stricken multitude grim melancholy sat, for there seemed but little chance of Casey getting to the bat. But Flynn let drive a single, to the wonderment of all, and Blake, the much despised, tore the cover off the ball. And when the dust had lifted, and men saw what had occurred, there was Jimmy safe at second, and Flynn a hug in third. Then from 5,000 throats and more there rose a lusty yell. It rumbled through the valley, it rattled in the dell, it pounded on the mountain and recoiled up the flat, for Katie, Micey Casey, was advancing to the bat. There was ease in Casey's manner as he stepped up into his place. There was pride in Casey's bearing, and a smile lit Casey's face. And when responding to the cheers, he lightly doffed his hat. No stranger in the crowd could doubt 'twas Casey at the bat. 10,000 eyes were on him as he rubbed his hands with dirt. 5,000 tongues applauded while he wiped them on his shirt. Then while the writhing pitcher ground the ball into his hip, defiance flashed in Casey's eyes, a sneer curled Casey's lip. And now the leather-covered sphere came hurtling through the air, and Casey stood a-watching it in haughty grandeur there. Close by the sturdy batsman the ball unheeded speed. "That ain't my style," said Casey. "Strike one," the umpire said. From the benches black with people there went up a muffled roar, like the beating of the storm waves on a stern and distant shore. "Kill him! Kill the umpire!" shouted someone on the stand, and it's likely they'd have killed him had not Casey raised his hand. With a smile of Christian charity, great Casey's visage shone. He stilled the rising tumult, he bade the game go on. He signalled to the pitcher, and once more the dun sphere flew, but Casey still ignored it, and the umpire said, "Strike two!" "Fraud!" cried the maddened thousands, and echoed answered, "Fraud!" But one scornful look from Casey, and the audience was awed. They saw his face grow stern and cold, they saw his muscles strain, and they knew that Casey wouldn't let the ball go by again. The sneer is gone from Casey's lips, his teeth are clenched in hate. He pounds with cruel violence his bat upon the plate, and now the pitcher holds the ball, and now he lets it go, and now the air is shattered by the force of Casey's blow. Oh, somewhere in this favoured land the sun is shining bright. The band is playing somewhere, and somewhere hearts are light, and somewhere men are laughing, and somewhere children shout. But there is no joy in Mudville. Mighty Casey has struck out. I think that was fantastic. There is some very, very vague familiarity about that. The Ballad of Casey at the Bat by Ernest Thayer. It's obviously, it's going to be some piece of classic Americana. I don't know guff about baseball, but yeah, I could really kind of feel something there. There was definitely something. I hope you enjoyed that. Not exactly peaceful, soothing bedtime fodder, but definitely something quite enjoyable in there, I hope, at least. I enjoyed it. Yeah. Great little piece, definitely the longest thing we've had so far on day 101. I think I'm going to head to bed. It is 10:16 on the 11th of April. Things change out there tomorrow as we start moving out of lockdown. I haven't talked about it for a while. Please keep safe. Please, if you're able to, continue to wear a mask and keep distanced. If you're invited to do so, please have your vaccination. Herd immunity. Let's make sure we're looking after others who aren't able to have the vaccine. Yeah, all of that good stuff. And as always, a massive thank you to all of our healthcare workers in our communities, and everyone who's dealing with all sorts of stuff. And if you are heading back into shops and things tomorrow and moving forward, please just be a bit, maybe more polite than usual to the staff. Some of them, if we're talking about stores that have been closed, some of them won't have been in work for months, and it's probably going to be quite scary going back. Being customer facing, just being in work, it's going to be a real change of pace, and you being nice, polite, maybe asking how someone's day's going could make all the difference. I know it was that kind of stuff that made a difference for me when I worked in retail, and that was well before all of this. Yeah. But I know this is all stuff that you folks know. I know I'm in a bit of an echo chamber, and I know good, decent people. But maybe share that thought with people you know, and they'll share it on, and pebbles in a lake and all that. Alright, friends. Let's go snuggle down, get comfy, and have a good snooze. So we're ready for whatever Monday throws at us. Yeah. Okay. Sleep tight, friends. Love you. Good night.